He drops back, throws.
No!
It's intercepted.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm Flipper55 with Fat Finger Gaming, and welcome to the Week 12 recap for the 2015 college football season. Now, today we go over not the good, bad, and the ugly again, but once again, I am enthused, enlightened, infused with greatness. As this last week was great enough for me to go with the good, the great, and the absolutely amazingly awesome, breathtaking, beautiful. The good goes to Royce Freeman and the undefeated number 3 Oregon Ducks. Oregon was hosting the number 5 USC Trojans, 9-1 on the year in a game of Pac-12 rivals that doesn't matter. Yes, sirree, all the selection committee of one is going to care about is who wins the Pac-12 title. They are not going to care who wins this regular season matchup. It was, however, a good start to the game as Cody Kessler and the USC Trojans went down on their first drive and started taking it to the Oregon Ducks. Here, Kessler's going to throw a little bit of a flat, and Blackwell will take it down inside the 20-yard line. Then Kessler will have this throw to Juju Smith that would set up a 1-yard dive by Suman Vananuku for a 7-0 Trojan lead. However, it would be Oregon. Yes, the Oregon Ducks. The selection committee of one has them as number 1. Why? Because they have this man on their team, Royce Freeman, taking it down inside the 30-yard line. And then it's going to be Lockie filling in for an injured Vernon Adams, taking it down to about the 5. But Royce Freeman will put the Oregon Ducks back in the lead, 17-10. And then once again, Royce Freeman running over dudes down inside the 30, get down around the 20-yard line. This is Oregon offense, boys and girls. Royce Freeman running over dudes, touchdown, Oregon 24-10. All on Royce Freeman's back. That basically will be how everything will go from here on out as Oregon will continue. This time they will throw the ball. With everybody looking to stop Royce Freeman, the passing lanes are wide open, but you got to get back to Royce Freeman as he just carries people into the end zone. 31-10. USC would later on make this thing look better than what it was, as USC would come back sort of to make it look like the game was in reach. But Oregon, 34-27 winners. Obviously, it was not that close at all. You have Royce Freeman with 22 attempts, 211 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the day. Vernon Adams, before he got hurt, did rush for almost 100 yards and 1 touchdown. He will definitely be back for the Pac-12 championship. So the winner of the USC-UCLA game will have to face these Oregon Ducks in the Pac-12 championship. The great will go to Oklahoma and TCU in a just great game. I appreciate them playing this game as number 10 TCU, 9-1 on the year, is taking on number 19 Oklahoma, 8-2 on the year. Big 12 title hopes are all about here as Oklahoma gets the ball first. Now, if you recall against Baylor, Trevor Knight had a little bit of a problem coming out the chute and just turned the ball over, putting Oklahoma in 24-0 deficit. This time, however, he's going to run Oklahoma straight down the field, a bunch of passes like this one to Quick. And then, guess what? He drops back, he looks, he throws. That one's to Quick down to the 2-yard line. And guess who's going to go here? To Quick for the touchdown as Oklahoma takes a nice long drive down the field and goes up 7-0 on their first drive. Well, TCU, man, they got a great offense as well. How are they going to respond on their first drive? There's Boykin taking off, running the ball. Boykin is leading the nation in touchdown passes and passing yardage. So, although he likes to run, he can still throw the ball. Just like right here. With a nice throw down to Liston B down to the 20-yard line. Sorry, that's Dante Gray down to the 20-yard line. And then Boykin. Dante Gray again is open. That's going to be a 20-yard touchdown. And we are going to be tied at 7 here after everybody's first drive. So here we are in the second quarter. TCU up 13-7, looking to take a commanding lead. 3rd and 10. Boykin's going to dish it off to P.J. Catalone, and he's going to run for a while. And he's going to set himself up in Oklahoma territory. Now, the issue that TCU has been having so far in the game is the fact that they've had great drives, but they continue to settle for field goals. Will Boykin be able to buck that trend as he goes to Joe Buck right there down to the 10-yard line? Setting up a 1st and 10. P.J. Catalone will run through a wide open hole, untouched into the end zone, and it's going to be 20-7 TCU. But you know what? Oklahoma's not done yet. They put up 10 unanswered points, and here late in the third quarter, it is 2017 with Trevor Knight trying to lead his team down the field for either a tying field goal or a go-ahead touchdown. There's a handoff to Alex Ross. He's going to get down inside the 30-yard line to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Sooners. Boomer Sooner looking to run around the field because they can. Alex Ross on a screenplay down to the 17-yard line. Now Trevor Knight is going to look. He will find Quick again for yet another touchdown. And it's going to be Oklahoma 24, TCU 20. How will TCU respond? One play. Boom! Runs over about 4 people, and it's going to be Josh Doxson. About 60 yards, 57 yards for the touchdown, and TCU takes back the lead just like that, 27-20, as time runs out in the third quarter. So here we are in the fourth. Oklahoma down 27-24 after that quick response by TCU. Oklahoma will take a very nice drive here, looking to get back the lead. So one positive play after another. Here we go. That's going to be Purney. Why do I call him Purney? Because I don't want to call a grown man P-Ron, all right? Anyways, Trevor Knight, good throw out there. And then the handoff back to Purney down inside the 20-yard line. Oklahoma just chewing up ground here and chewing up time as Trevor Knight takes it inside the 10-yard line. Beautiful drive here. Trevor Knight will then take it himself down to the 1-yard line. Thought he was in, setting up a quick little 1-yard run here by Alex Ross. So how will TCU respond down 31-27 with 4 minutes left to go in the game? Basically 5 minutes left to game. The only way they know how, with a 1-play drive. Boykin drops back, throws, and he's got Dante Gray, who is beating his man, and that's going to be a 78-yard touchdown, giving TCU the lead right back, 34-31, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the game. So here we are in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma down by 3. Oklahoma looking to drive the only way they know how. One positive play after another, and they are hoping that this will end in a touchdown that will give them the lead for more than 8 seconds. Here's Trevor Knight dropping back. He's going to look and throw over the middle to Deron Neal. He's going to set him up inside the 25-yard line. Nice handoff to Purney. Going to get down to the 20-yard line. Look at this, just chewing ground, chewing clock. The only way Oklahoma knows how, and this is going to set them up for an easy walk-in touchdown, giving Oklahoma the lead 38-34. But TCU will respond the only way they know how, a 1-play drive. Boykin drops back, looking for Doxson. It's going to be picked off by Sanchez. Oklahoma's got the ball. The only problem with this interception is they do nothing on offense. They have to kick a field goal, so it's going to be 41-34. TCU's going to get the ball back. What will TCU be able to do? Well, they can't do a 1-play drive, but they are stuck on 4th and 2. Oklahoma can seal the game right here. 4th and 2 for TCU. Trevor Boykin. Boykin looks, he throws, he's got Gray, and it's a first down, and the drive continues. 1:10 left to go. Trevor Boykin looking. He throws. It's going to be Josh Doxson on the sidelines there down to the 39-yard line. Minute 06 left to go. Boykin Going to take off. He's going to run the ball, get down to the Oklahoma 25-yard line. So we got 25 yards for its tying touchdown. Boykin throws to Listenby down to the 11-yard line. 11 yards for the tying touchdown. 53 seconds left to go. Boykin throws. Listenby catches it. And Taylor's going to pop the ball out. And Parker's got it. Oklahoma's going to win this ball game. You've got to be kidding me. And after all that, a beautiful drive. There's nothing really you can say about poorly about the way Trevor Boykin played this week. At the end, he had 483 yards passing the ball, 3 touchdowns. He did have that one pick that hurt him, but it didn't hurt them that much. Great game overall. Oklahoma takes the inside track to the Big 12 championship. All they need to do is beat Oklahoma State, and they will be Big 12 champions for 2015. And the absolutely amazingly awesome, breathtakingly beautiful game. We'll go to Michigan State and Ohio State. Ohio State 9-1 on the season, number 7, hosting the number 4 Michigan State Spartans, also 9-1 on the season. The winner has an inside track to the Big Ten East. As we pick up, the big thing that we noticed in the game here is while Michigan State did drive the ball more effectively than Ohio State, it was Michigan State who had to early on settle for field goals, while Ohio State drove the ball well and settled and got touchdowns. Now 14-13. We're here with a minute left to go in the half. Ohio State driving, looking for a commanding lead. Braxton Miller is going to throw it. He's going to be picked up by Robinson, and Michigan State avoids going down by 8. And now they can be in the driver's seat as Connor Cook comes out with the Michigan State Spartans on offense, and he's going to be throwing. There's a good throw right there as a loop-de-loop, whatever's going on there. Aaron Burbridge. Connor Cook. Another nice throw to Burbridge again. Connor Cook is going to throw this time. No, not Burbridge. It's going to be Kings Jr., but you know what's coming. Connor Cook to a wide open Burbridge. He's going to be in for the touchdown, and just like that, right before half, we're looking at a 2014 Michigan State lead. Then Delton Williams, after on the other side of the halftime break, gets into it, and Michigan State continues to drive. And this time, they're driving with a little bit added oomph to them, almost like they now know they can just get the ball in the end zone anytime they feel like it against this Ohio State defense. As once again, you can see Delton Williams up the middle. Connor Cook running quarterback read. Why? Because that's exactly what you want your pro-style quarterback doing. Doesn't matter. Get good yards there. Then it's going to be Delton Williams wide open. That's actually Gerald Holmes for a huge touchdown. 27-14 Michigan State. But obviously, this would not be the greatest game of the week if Ohio State didn't come back and make this one look good. 3 minutes left to go. Michigan State only added a couple field goals onto the score, while Ohio State drove down and got a touchdown. Theme about that one. Michigan State 33, Ohio State 21. Braxton Miller trying to get in for a touchdown to bring this thing within 1. There's a nice throw to Dontre Wilson. Braxton Miller looks, he throws, and he has got Michael Thomas for a nice gain, and then he's just going to take it in himself, bringing the lead back down to 5. Michigan State will get the ball, 33-28. So after a 3-and-out by Michigan State, it's going to be Ohio State getting the ball with a chance to win this ball game. Braxton Miller drops back. He's going to hit a nice diving Montre Wilson with a good pass there, getting him at the 43-yard line, then a throw out to Thomas. Going to get down to the 27-yard line. Braxton Miller doing a great job leading Ohio State down the field with passes, and now they're going to just hand off the ball to Samuel. Samuel filling in for the injured Ezekiel Elliott. Only gets down to the 3-yard line. Can they get in? Minute left to go on the clock, and Braxton Miller is going to get in. And they are going to be in the lead, 34-33. They're going to look for a 2-point conversion to make it a good field goal. 58 seconds is well enough for Connor Cook. But we shall see if they can get 2-point in there. Handoff, not going to happen. So Ohio State up by 1. Connor Cook looking for the comeback. He looks, He looks. I just got to throw it out. 2nd and 10. Connor Cook looks, throws. It's complete. But it's going to be 3rd and 3, and they're going to continue to let the clock roll. Connor Cook looks. He's going to throw. 3rd down, and it's going to be incomplete. But wait. There's a flag. Pass interference on Ohio State. That'll set Michigan State up on their own 47-yard line. 7 seconds left to go. So if they can break off a chunk of about 20 to 30 yards, they will have a shot at winning this ball game due to the failed 2-point conversion. Connor Cook looks. He throws. Nowhere near his man. So sets up one last shot. Connor Cook throws. He bounces off a defender. Burbridge is there for the touchdown. Michigan State will win it at the end of the game. How did that happen? You can see here Connor Cook throws that ball up for Kings Jr. Cam Burrow goes up to block it. He gets his hands on it, but it winds up tipping the ball to a waiting Aaron Burbridge. And Michigan State wins 39-34. And that gives them the inside track to the Big Ten East Division. But coupled with the fact that Michigan upset Penn State, that actually clinches the division for Michigan State. So Michigan State will take on Wisconsin in the Big Ten Championship regardless of what happens next week. So, speaking of conference championships, we will go in real quick. I'll show the divisions and any clinches or who needs what to happen. Anyways, first, the ACC Atlantic. Florida State has won due to tiebreakers. They will face the University of Miami in the ACC Championship. Now, Miami needs to beat Pittsburgh to finish their season undefeated. They will have a makeup game between them and some Piddly team in Week 14. But anyways, if they beat Pittsburgh, they will go 12-0 and meet Florida State in the ACC Championship. Just for the heck of it, because we are going to have all championship games, or at least some of them. We'll have the American Championship game. It looks as if Temple, with the tiebreaker, will actually go to the American East. And on the opposite side, so far, Navy, undefeated, will go for the American West and meet in the American Championship game. Conference Championship, Big 12, Oklahoma. Oklahoma beats Oklahoma State. They win the Big 12 Championship and maybe have a shot at that Final Four in the college football playoffs. We don't know about that. The selection committee of one is watching the ACC championship big time because if undefeated Miami goes down, that opens up the other conferences. Anyways, if they beat Oklahoma State, they win. If they lose to Oklahoma State, then it comes down to the TCU Baylor game. If TCU were to win it, Oklahoma wins the Big 12 championship. If Baylor were to win it, then Baylor has one more game that they have to play in order to ascend to the Big 12 champions. In the Big 10, as we told you, Michigan State clinches. They will face undefeated Wisconsin in the Big 10 championship. Well, not undefeated. Wisconsin still has to get by Minnesota, so we shall see about that. Another game right before the conference championships that might affect the college football playoffs. Conference USA, you got Marshall. There's still more games to go. Marshall and UTEP looking good there. Not quite sure if it's going to be Conference USA or the MAC that will have our final spot in our week. We're going to broadcast all these conference games on Twitch in 1 week. 3 games on Monday, 3 games on Wednesday, all starting at 8:45 Eastern time. That would be p.m. And we'll see. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be the MAC or Conference USA. I'm leaning towards the MAC, but we'll see. Or it could be the Mountain West, but I don't know about that. Anyways, you have four. You have actually you have 4 conference championships. Anyways, there's 4 conference championships. And then you include the American in there. Would be 5 conference championships, and then we don't know who's going to be the last one just yet. I'll figure it out. Anyways, in the Pac-12, we already know it's going to be Oregon. On the opposite side in the South, it's USC UCLA. It's going to be broadcast on Twitch, our final game. Actually, I don't know. It's either going to be our second game on Wednesday. It would probably be our primetime slot, which would be our second game on Wednesday. 8:45 kickoff for the live streaming. Second game normally comes in around 10 o'clock, and the third game sometimes starts around a little after 11. Down to the SEC. Georgia's clinched. They've been clinched. And they will take on the winner of the Iron Bowl, folks. Auburn, Alabama. Whoever wins that game will take on Georgia. And it's going to, once again, there is college football playoffs here because Georgia, this selection committee of one doesn't believe Georgia should actually be in. So in reality, if Alabama were to beat Auburn, I don't think that's going to happen. Then what's going to wind up happening is the winner of the SEC championship will probably not be in the college football playoffs. So we're going to pop out here. We'll look at the stats real quick just to see how everybody's doing. Passing yards, of course, Boykin's up there. Kyle Allen Cody Kessler is actually brought up in the mix, but a long ways away from Boykin and Allen. Green has retaken the rushing lead by 100 yards. We'll see if this final week, we'll see if Clement can get it back or not. That'll be interesting. Royce Freeman way back there, but at least in third. Receiving yards, Doxson. Receiving touchdowns, I think is Doxson. We'll see here in a second. Ricky Seals-Jones has dropped to third. Doxson has just obliterated defenses here in the later parts of this season. Let me just look real quick who is leading in receiving touchdowns. I think it's Doxson. But just want to check here real quick for you guys. Anybody paying attention to the stats? Ricky Seals-Jones is still leading at 14. Doxson actually only has 12. Wow. There's Treadwell with 12. All right. So Ricky Seals-Jones at least leading in one category. I wonder if it's going to be interesting to see if Ricky Seals-Jones does actually transfer to the NFL. It'll be a sad day for me, but you got to get paid. Well, it jumps early to the NFL. Whatever. Forrest McKenzie buying them, and just a bunch of SEC guys leading the tackles. As far as the sacks are concerned, there's good old Robert has taken the lead over Bosa by a half a sack. He did that. I forget who they played. Arkansas game? He had a good game in that game. And there we go, the interception. Gaines, Likely, and Antoine Crawford all tied at 7. No idea who that you might, but don't care. So, from there, we will go to our updated version of the top 25. Hasn't changed much. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all the same. As far as the selection committee of 1, Oregon is my number 1 team. Number 2 is Wisconsin. Number 3 would be Miami. It doesn't matter between Wisconsin and Michigan State because one of those teams will be in, one of those teams will be out. Navy moves up there looking to crash the party, but the selection committee of 1 will not allow Navy to crash the 14 playoff. USC dropped back to 7 with their loss against Oregon. Auburn up to number 8 with an impressive win against, Idaho, but it is the Iron Bowl. We'll figure out what happens there. Ohio State's loss drops them to 9, which is good. They shouldn't have dropped that far. Virginia Tech, 10-1, looking to close out the season 11-1, but seeing that they will not be able to win their division, they won't be able to go to the conference championship, they won't be able to go to the 14 playoff, but they will have a very nice bowl to go to. There's Georgia, Florida State, Oklahoma all moving up. TCU dropped back to 14 with their loss against Oklahoma. And both 9-2 Oklahoma and TCU are basically sharing a spot at 13-14. Ole Miss up to 15. Have one last game against Mississippi State in what I like to refer as the Suck Eggs Bowl. We'll see if they can get up to 9 wins and possibly get a 10th win. But remember, they are without Chad Kelly. Alabama, their shot at the Iron Bowl is here this week. We will see if they will be able to win and go to the SEC championship. If they lose, they won't have a shot at double-digit wins. And I don't know how the fans in Tuscaloosa are going to like that too much. Baylor's upset loss drops them to 17th in the nation. Arkansas holding on there. They've got a game against Mizzou. They should be able to destroy that team. West Virginia looking good. They've moved up to 19. Iowa State's their next opponent, so they will continue to look good. And it looks like Notre Dame will hold into the top 25. LSU with their overtime loss against Ole Miss, and there we go. I guess that's what it. I guess that's where Robert got his sacks from, his Ole Miss or LSU. UCLA one final game against USC. They are only 20. They are 22nd. They are 10-1, but 22nd. That loss to Arizona really does hurt them, and there's Arizona at 10-2, who Arizona for the longest time in this top 25. I mean, Arizona was the lowest ranked Power 5 team that was undefeated. And of course, it translates into whoever lost to them being a 10-1 very low ranked team. Doesn't matter for UCLA. If UCLA beats USC and then goes on and wins the Pac-12 championship, I can guarantee to you they will be in the college football playoffs. There's my boys, Louisville, at 9-2 after their upset loss to Pittsburgh, knocking them out of the division, giving Florida State the conference division. The Atlantic, there we go, the Atlantic division, the conference division. Anyways, one last look at the Heisman. Got 1 week really of competitive football, so this isn't going to change much. Corey Clement has dropped down to second. Braxton Miller, despite the loss to Michigan State, they have him as the Heisman Trophy winner. Just because of here's Boykin moving up. Just because of this, I may name somebody the Fat Finger Heisman. I don't know. We will figure this out because I honestly don't think Braxton Miller should be up there, although he does have beautiful stats. We'll think about it. We'll think about naming our own Heisman. Anyway, speaking about something you shouldn't think about at all, hit the subscribe button. Why? We are still trying to beat the dog. Oh, the Shih Tzu. The Shih Tzu is beating me. However, I am getting close to being at least 10% of his subscribers. So, we are on our way. Something that the Shih Tzu does not have is a Twitch channel. Every Monday and Wednesday, you can join me live on Twitch, Fat Finger Gaming TV, smashed all together now, on Mondays and Wednesdays, once again, 8:45 Eastern Time. That's 8:45 at night. We play 3 games. We talk a bunch on the chat. It mostly centers around college football. People talk about their road to glories. People talk about their own dynasties. Doesn't matter. Get in with the live chat. I participate because I enjoy participation. All right. Anyways, I encourage you guys to show up on Monday, Wednesdays. Once again, 8:45 at night p.m. Eastern Time for our 3 games. And y'all have fun.